Well, hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I told you guys that you would be seeing the shed a little bit more in my next video, and so here we are, and I want to show you a project that I've envisioned ever since we decided we were going to move here, and that is turning the front of the shed into a flower garden. So planting the flowers here is something that I've wanted to do for a while, and I had gone months ago and bought flower seeds and then I misplaced them. But actually I just found them, so I kind of want to show you the process that we went through, and then I'll show you the order that we planted everything. So this is what we started with, just kind of a blank canvas. I had several packs of seeds that I wanted to plant. So our first step was to clear all of these pieces of old slate pathway, just kind of move them to the side. In the process of moving these, we did actually find a snake and a trapdoor spider. So that was quite an adventure. My mom was so gracious to come over, and she helped me clear everything and kind of work the ground and get it ready for the flowers to go in. So you can see here, it's just like all hands on deck. We had a really stubborn couple of tree roots that just would not give up. So you can see here, I am just really getting at this one. I did finally get it. And don't worry, the dogs were just fine. They just wanted to be right in the middle of what we were doing. All right, so at this point, we had gotten everything all cleared out. You see Abram trying to get Claire out of the way. And so now we are starting to kind of loosen up the dirt, and that was when we found the trapdoor spider. All right, so trapdoor spider is taken care of, snake has been let go, and now we're just kind of talking about where to put everything. So we actually had a few established zinnia plants. Everything else has been started from seed, but these were some that my mom had bought for me, and so I'm planting those at the very back. We separated them out and kind of spaced them according to what the seed packet recommended, and I've been trying to go along and periodically prune those. From what I've read online, it's best if zinnias bush out versus being so tall and leggy. I think this helps with the amount of flowers that you grow, and I also think that this helps them to be more tolerant to rain and wind. So right now, Abram is just kind of doing an initial water of the soil to get it where it's a lot easier for us to work with and just dig some shallow holes to plant those seeds. So I let the kids help me with this part. We kind of made some holes specifically for the seeds, and so I am just kind of brushing over those and just kind of gently patting them down. And this was our last row of seeds. So these are Shasta daisy seeds. They were very tiny, and so we put a few in each hole. I've never grown any of these flowers before, so I don't really know what my success rate will be, but I'm very excited to see how it goes. All right, so it's been a few days since we planted the flower garden, and here is kind of an overview. So none of our seedlings are sprouting yet. Like I said, it's only been a couple of days, so we're not seeing any of our seedlings sprout yet. Of course, these back ones you saw were already to a point where they had flowers, and as we're getting flowers, I'm trying to trim some of those off to encourage new growth.
This one already grew.
So the order that we went with are the established zinnias, then we have a row of cosmos, then we have a row of a purple giant queen zinnia or something like that, and then we have Shasta daisies. In hindsight, I think we should have done the cosmos in the back. I've never done this before, but looking at the seed packet, the cosmos should grow to be much higher, so I think they should have been at the back. But we'll see how they do, and you know, there's always next year. We could do things in a different way. But that's kind of how things are looking for now. So a lot of times at breakfast, I enjoy reading a magazine just while I'm enjoying my food. I really enjoy the inspiration that a tangible magazine can offer. And so I was looking through this one. I think it's actually a few years old, but it had this wonderful article about this flower farmer. She's actually from North Carolina, and she has so many varieties of flowers that I just would like to try at some point. So you can see there's some kind of zinnias or something in that family. But up here it mentions that she grows ranunculus and snapdragons, a few different things. And then even continued on the next page. I love how Country Living does this spread, or maybe this is Southern Living. Anyway, I love how these magazines will do a spread of multiple pictures. And to me, there's just something so romantic about having a field of flowers or a small patch of flowers and just being able to use them and cut them. On this page, she talked about constructing an arrangement, and she actually used a ball of chicken wire in the bottom to act as sort of giving your centerpiece sort of a stable place to rest all of those stems. So I just really enjoyed this article and I wanted to share it with you guys. Hey everybody. Okay, so some time has passed, maybe like a week and a half since I filmed that last update. I want to show you what the garden looks like now. I want to show you some of the little seedlings that are starting to pop up. I've been trying to Google and identify what I think they are. I'm going to take you guys with me and maybe you've got some wisdom you can share. All right, so here's an updated look at the flower garden as it is. The zinnias don't look that impressive because I've just trimmed them back. So I'm hoping that something will happen there. Based on what I've seen online, I think this little sad sprig right here is a cosmos, and it doesn't appear to be doing so well. It almost looks like maybe it got stomped on, which is a very real possibility with kids and animals. But I do have, see, I don't know what of this is grass and what of this is weeds, and then what of it is actually plants. That right there looks like cosmos to me. And so does that, and so does that. So I'm thinking that might be what those are. I definitely think this is a cosmos. And then if we step back, pretty sure that we have a zinnia coming up right here and another one coming up right here. Now I'm unsure. I've got all these little small things up here and I'm thinking these might be our Shasta daisies.
Another one.
That's another one, yep. I'm thinking this might be our Shasta daisies, but I'm not for sure. I also wanted to show you in this pot, we put a lot of the Shasta daisy seeds. I thought that that would be really pretty in a galvanized pot to have a bunch of white daisies come up. So I do think, if you look right here, I do think that probably all of that is Shasta daisy. Not for certain, but I think that it is. The last thing that I wanted to show you is not garden related, but it is plant related. We have a light fixture over here that we have not put outside yet. So I have I think it's called a Pothos. Let's see here. Well, it doesn't even say, it just says assorted foliage. I am pretty sure this is a Pothos. I got this, I think at Lowe's. And it has been performing wonderfully. I just kind of stick my finger in and check, you know, to see if the soil feels dry or it feels damp. Right now, it still feels like we're okay. Maybe I'm a couple days away from a water. But the thing that I was hoping somebody could advise me on is I bought this pot or this vessel at a yard sale this spring. And I really like it. I appreciate the color of it and the design of it. But as you can tell, it doesn't have a drainage hole. This must have come from the same retailer, I guess, because this says Costas Farm or Costas Farm. And that is what my tag says. Well, that's kind of wild. I did not buy them together. This was from a yard sale. But anyway, it says these pebbles are decorative. Pot contains soil. Water over pebbles once a week. So I don't know what was originally in this, you know, was there soil and then pebbles or pebbles then soil. But anyway, I just kind of wanted some feedback. I feel like this is going to run out of space. And I feel like it needs some more space, but it's doing so well that I don't want to misstep and do something wrong. I'll tell you, my original thought was maybe I need to put pebbles in the bottom and then put soil over that with the plant in it, and then that would allow for some drainage. But I've never done that before. So just let me know if you have any indoor plants that don't have drainage holes. Let me know down in the comments if you guys have any recommendations for, you know, how to keep them happy. So far, I've just been taking this outside, watering it for the soil to be fully soaked, drain out the bottom, and then once it's all there's not any excess, I bring it back inside. But so anyway, just let me know what you guys think about that. All right, you guys, thank you so much for coming along and watching as we try to turn this flower bed into something that is beautiful. I just really love the idea of just having an abundance of flowers and just bringing them to a friend or having them in your kitchen. And I will say those first zinnias that we picked and put in a vase, they lasted well over a week. And all I did was change the water. I didn't mix up any sort of like plant food or anything. It was just water. So apparently zinnias are really hardy. So that's one thing that I have learned. If you pick zinnias, they are probably going to last in your vase for quite a while. All right, you guys, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.